Hey guys, here's the second update to our senior project, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the secret passage that we have that I finally got set up. As you can see, it's just a Kismet sequence where the rock comes up and then the teleporter destroys after a certain amount of time. If you can't tell, I've already got fog on the ground. I usually have it raised up, but for the demo purposes to show you guys what I've done to level, I took it down to just to the floor, but it's usually raised up and you can really get the effect of like there's a lot of humidity in the air. So that's cool. And if you can't tell, this is like a jungle theme, kind of like a Mayan era. This really reminds me of the movie Indiana Jones, the very first one, when he goes into the cave when he has to get the golden statue. That area really reminded me of this part of the level of the maze. So I want to try and keep that theme. So if anyone has any tutorials over rain, that would be great. I'm trying to get it to where it's going to be kind of dark, not super dark. Right now it's a little too bright, but I want to make it to where it's like raining, and the rain actually hits the static meshes, or looks to be hitting the static meshes and making that glossy look, wet look on the static meshes. And you know, having that rain and the fog would give it a real nice, real effect. And hopefully we'll have a jungle-like skybox too, so maybe have the sun peeking through while it rains. I don't know. Haven't got that far. And before we go any further, I would like to thank VoxHouseStudios for the tutorials that I'm going to be using for the UI scenes, or now the GFX scenes. Very thorough scenes and tutorials, and you know, he helps you step by step to set up even the basics. And then I'd like to thank the community, my gaming community, for answering questions I had from my very first video. And you know, I chose the changing the degree of the camera to 60 degrees, and I've got about 200, I think 300 max of the camera being taken out, moved up a little bit. I do like this look a lot, and so I'm going to keep it at this. And so let's just get to what I've done so far. As you can see, I've got now a new button. The button is actually going to be activated only if you have a special key in your inventory. That'll be a pickup that you'll have to grab. And only that key will work for each door. So each door you have to have a specific key, whether it's from dropping, or maybe you had to kill an enemy and it gives it to you. But here's the animation I have set up so far. Then you see it has that the real sound of rocks actually grinding together and going down. I really like that sound. I made it custom by scratching two plates together and then slowing down the sound. But the next thing you see is the first trap, I would say. It's not something to be alarmed if you get hit or you get damage from. It's not going to be something that's critical to the gameplay. It's more just to keep you in tune with the game, to make sure you're still focusing on the level. Because the very first part of the level, it's just kind of getting used to what you're looking at, your first enemy, picking up your first key. And then this section, you got a trap. You've got the pit of death. You got your first couple enemies you got to face off. And you might get a weapon, you might not. You might get just maybe some health and armor. I haven't decided. So here's the pit of death. I'm going to jump over it just because you've seen it in the last video. And all I've done is added a physics volume to the bottom, to where if you hit anywhere near that physics volume, it makes you commit suicide, and you just kind of lay on the rocks. Give it a nice little fall effect. It's got fog in there, like I said before. I got the fog, but for these purposes, I don't have it at its original position. The next thing I'm going to show you is my favorite. It's kind of funny. It's going to be a rock that smashes you. If you listen closely, you can hear the rock smacking very hard. Or maybe not that. Just smashing pieces. But that's the whole point of it. It's on a timer, to where as soon as you get into its trigger radius, it's going to set off a timer, and I believe it's 0.5 seconds, and you have 0.5 seconds by the time you hit that trigger to get out of the way of the smashing rock, or like you just saw, you'll get smashed into the wall. Now if you heard right there, it did smash. Again, each rock has the same sound and everything. And in this section right here, here's another trap. Again, just to keep you focused. Maybe it might take away your last bit of health from the waves of the crowd wave I'm going to be putting in here. It's going to be probably, I don't know, I might set it to like maybe 15 to 20 crowd players where they just kind of all come at you. They will be attacking you, so you'll probably have a weapon picked up beforehand to make sure you can defend yourself. Maybe some ammo, maybe some health armor, you know. It's in the process of still being decided. And then right here you've got, you know, your telepad, which will be where the last key's at. And as you can see, the fog is pretty well here. I like it. I like how it looks, and you know, it doesn't totally blind you or, you know, distort your vision, but it does its job. And that's the end of the level. So far I haven't put anything really into it scenery-wise. That's probably the next thing on my list, is to put some scenery, at least some statues, to make it more alive. I might put on another I might put a deco layer on the terrain to give it some grass. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do next. This is only the second update. It's only been 2 days since my last update. So I mean, I did actually a lot in the last 5-6 hours. The hardest things were just getting the matinees down correctly and connecting everything in Kismet. But yeah, that's the second update for you guys. And just let me know. You know, you can contact me via YouTube, our community forums at tsmgcc.com, and just go to the senior project log and leave your comment there. Leave a comment down below in the comment section here on YouTube, or you can visit me at the UDK forums or at beyondunreal.com. I'm in both of those forums, you know, seeking help or tutorials. And once again, if you have experience in Blender, 3ds Max, or Maya, you're welcome to help us with the game by creating your own creating the models for us. You know, getting your art out there and your experience, because we'll definitely credit you, especially if we get to present in front of real developers, which I believe they said EA, PopCaps, WB, and WideLoad would be some of the companies they'd have at our presentations. So those are some big company names. Just again, if you'd like to do it, we will pay you if you want to be paid. If not, then thank you very much for you know, lending your hand and creating, you know, just a simple demo / game. And that's it, guys. See you.